Welcome to the African Youth Empowerment Series, where we talk about the role of the youth of Africa in developing our continent. Today we're here with Mr. Elijah Lubala. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Okay, Mr. Lubala, we have seen you have been one of the most innovative and successful entrepreneurs of our generation in Africa. We wanted to hear about your businesses, TLG.
I don't know if I'm the most innovative or successful for that matter, but we're all just contributing towards fixing Africa. We own a company called TLG, the Lubala Group, that we've used as acronyms. We have diversified investments focusing in energy, finance, and technology, and we have different partnerships as well in the real estate space and things of that nature. The business is primarily running in South Africa and the Democratic Republic of Congo. We have about 30 employees that work with us on and off, and maybe 100 indirect employees that work with us. In terms of real estate, we assist in student accommodation and some corporate rental for some Monash students, and as well corporate rental in DRC. Technology, we invent products. So when we say solar innovation, we're not really we're using the fact that solar energy supports regular services. So for example, this is a lantern, as everybody would see, but what we did is it's the hanging light, reading light, torch light. It can charge your mobile phone, and you put a SIM card inside and it broadcasts Wi-Fi for up to 10 devices. The whole concept of it is to put everybody online. There's 1 billion people in Africa, 2 billion by the year 2050. There's 984 million mobile phones to date. We received 326 days of solar energy. However, 70% of Africa is without electricity, and that really didn't add up for us. So I came up with an invention to say, if I can combine mobile telephony with renewable energy, we'll do something special. So yeah, we invented this, and it's gonna sit as our underlying network or sub-network for the platform that we're creating and the currency coin that we're creating, and a bunch of other things that we will keep divulging along the years. Yeah.
So how did you manage to achieve this success in South Africa and DRC, and what were some of the challenges?
I think if anything, my only secret is I pray, to be very honest. Not to impose on other people that have their religions and all that, not at all. It's simply that you have to have faith in what it is that you're trying to do in order to let it come to pass, And the challenges will always come. There'll be, I've had so many challenges from, we can go on and on. I didn't have, this real estate dream in the beginning. I just had the idea that I wanted to help home, and I wanted to help Africa, and I wanted, people to be on and things of that nature. So it was more about, the vision was more about how can I help people, and then you break it down and you try to find the different problems that are there and bring solutions to those problems in order for it to happen. And if anything, the challenging part more than anything is you stopping to believe in you. I think that's the challenge more than anything, because life is challenging in normally, you know what I mean? So just waking up is challenging for someone, all this and all that. So challenge is always based on the perspective you give it, for lack of better terms, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. And your solar panels and lanterns, it really does address one of Africa's biggest problems in terms of energy. We heard what inspired, some of the things that inspired you, but we wanted to hear from you what you see in terms of the vision for Africa, in terms of where we can take it after this, like where you'd see this company, your solar panels in the next 20, 30 years.
I would see it all over Africa. The main reason is because, the main reason we created the technology is mainly because fiber optics and all those regular infrastructures that are available in America and the US and all that, it's all good and dandy, and yes, it will work here. However, it will take an incredible amount of time. So how are we going to put people online in a shorter time? We need to decentralize the way we provide electricity or regular services to these people. So 30 years from now, I see more than 1 billion lanterns all over Africa. assisting people staying online and communicating online, having different currencies online, different services online. We really want to be the digital road for the restricted African, for lack of a better term, well, the restricted person, because we're not just trying to do Africa. You know, we set up these concepts to assist Africa, emerging markets, for lack of a better term. So Africa, such as Brazil, things of that nature. But Africa is just a starting point, and you know, we'll take it from there.
Do you currently have any businesses within, other than South Africa and Congo, that are maybe now expanding into a country like Zimbabwe, for example?
No, we don't. But I've started conversations ever since. What is it? His Excellency President Mnangagwa was sworn in. I've always had very good relationships with my Zimbabwean friends, and the only reason I was never able to get into there was, you know, the money situation and the bond notes and the blah 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 blah. It makes it very hard for business to be done, you know.
That's true.
But right now, with the transition happening and everything that's going on, I've already started talks with different mines in the North Dike area, South Dike area. I have a couple of equipment on its way that side in order for us to start doing some plant hiring. We're looking at how we can start assisting with the sale of dollars that side to have people have more cash and things of that nature. So yeah, we're looking at different things. We haven't made a concrete decision on what it is we're going to do in Zimbabwe yet, but it's definitely in the pipeline. It's definitely in the pipeline.
And you definitely see a way to expand TLG maybe into Zimbabwe as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when a country is transitioning the way Zimbabwe is, it allows for a different conversation than before, you know. And what it is really is about listening and understanding what are the new rules. And if you take a market for what it is instead of what you want it to be, you'll make revenue some way, somehow. For sure, you'll make revenue.
Are there any organizations within Zimbabwe that you'd like to partner up with?
Well, there's a couple. None to mention right now due to NDAs and all that, but there's a couple. We're looking. We're quite interested.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, we're looking.
What restrictions do you believe are holding back the youth of Africa in entrepreneurship?
What restrictions are holding the youth? That's a good question. I think there's many factors. A lot of people, I'm sure, will say government this. So yes, government is definitely a big factor, but as well, it has to do with the attitude you bring towards your dream and your purpose. And I'm not gonna lie, Africans just play too much. So if anything, we need to stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just to keep it short and sweet. You know?
You learned here at Monash, South Africa, and you met a lot of Zimbabwean youth. What advice would you give Zimbabwean youth, or would you give me? I'm a Zimbabwean youth. What would you advise me to push in entrepreneurship and business? Keep going.
Don't stop. You understand? The model is never perfect. Just keep going.
Okay. Now we wanted to find out from you some of the projects you're working on, and how people can get in touch with you so that they can maybe apply for a job with you, especially the youth who are sort of unaware of the opportunities available. So we wanted to find out of any jobs or projects or any ways to communicate with you, to partner up with you, to volunteer maybe.
We're definitely looking for volunteers, different human capital in order to assist with the vision that we have. They can contact me on www.lubala.co, so luba.co. On there we have info@lubala.co. You send a mail there, your CV, or whatever your interests are, and we'll be sure to revert back to you, and we see where we can place you, and we'll take it from there.
So, .co.za?
No, just .co. So
.co.
www.lubala.co. And for the email address, it's info@lubala.co.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lubala, and thank you for joining us in this conversation.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you guys next time on the African Youth Empowerment Series.